In sub-Saharan Africa, electricity utilities often have trouble keeping the lights on. Poor performance and financial instability can cause frequent power outages, even in the biggest cities. For example, each of Nigeria's 11 electricity distribution companies, or DISCOs, have struggled with electricity delivery, and with customers not paying their bills. In some cases, as much as 59% of the power sent to consumers was either not billed, stolen, or lost.
In essence, what that means is that we're not paid for 59% worth of energy. And in any business, that level of loss, you cannot sustain the business.
These losses ripple through Nigeria's energy sector, increasing risk along the entire value chain and making private sector investment less likely. In 2016, Power Africa and USAID began working with 4 Nigerian DISCOs to boost operational performance and improve electricity access. For more than 2 years, Power Africa supported efforts to reduce technical and commercial losses, increase revenue, and promote better cash flow through Nigeria's energy sector. Power Africa's experts worked with DISCO technicians to improve infrastructure, like power lines and transformers. High-tech equipment was provided to help maintain and strengthen the network. And DISCO staff were trained on safe and modern methods to cut down on technical energy losses. But the biggest gains for the DISCOs were on the commercial side, improving revenue collection and stopping electricity theft.
Energy theft is a huge issue, not just for ECO, but for the entire power sector in Nigeria. Now, with the help of Power Africa, USAID, they actually came and showed us how important it is to be able to cut a lot of those losses.
We are spending a lot of time with the utility employees to mentor them how to conduct disconnections of non-paying customers. We are helping and supporting revenue protection teams to identify illegal connections and electricity theft cases.
Disconnecting customers for non-payment was a difficult and often heartbreaking task. But the Power Africa team worked with village chiefs and community leaders to educate consumers and to create payment plans that worked for customers and the DISCOs alike.
We are communicating with the customers and trying to explain to them that without payment of electricity bills, power sector cannot improve in Nigeria.
It was good to just see that the team on ground not only understood the task that they had, but they understood the global picture of what they were doing and how much it could affect Nigeria as a country.
They were able to go hand in hand with the people, the leaders that we had in all those places, because we do have ECO staff who are, the leadership, commercial, technical, who they work with to go and, just go out there and just engage with those areas to be able to ensure that we protect our revenues while providing the kind of supply that they need.
More than 4,000 field and office-based employees were trained on technical, managerial, and business best practices. The Power Africa team worked side by side with management and staff to create a new performance-based culture at each DISCO.
It was how to change your work practices, how to engage your people in doing their work, how to even monitor the performance of people so that for every activity that is undertaken, there's value achieved at the end of the day, and that value should be measured and should be rewarded or sanctioned at the end of the day.
Power Africa has been able to demonstrate that we can actually get the right people, train the right Nigerians to do the job for us correctly.
Power Africa also helped to strengthen the legal departments at the DISCOs and built relationships with law enforcement to prosecute electricity theft. Thanks in part to Power Africa advocacy, Nigeria now has dedicated judges for power theft cases. One of the most significant changes Power Africa introduced was a standard 30-day billing cycle. Customers are now getting more accurate bills, and the DISCOs are collecting payment at higher rates. In fact, in just over 2 years, the 4 DISCOs supported by Power Africa collected more than $160 million in additional revenue and saw a dramatic drop in technical and commercial losses.
We should be able to sustain these improvements, and then because of that, we become a viable case for all kinds of investments, all kinds of partnerships.
Power Africa's support to 4 electricity distribution companies in Nigeria is an investment in self-reliance and resilience. As we expand our support to utilities under Power Africa 2.0, we'll increase our focus on the financial viability of the distribution companies and the health of national grids. We will empower our partners to provide new grid connections to their people and explore opportunities for cross-border electricity trade. Our goal is to see even more enterprise-driven economic development and an improved quality of life for millions in sub-Saharan Africa. We welcome additional utility and other partners in this process.